Ever wondered why some travelers return from a trip feeling truly alive while others just tick off landmarks and feel empty? The secret might lie in a quirky new travel philosophy called land snorkeling, a concept so simple yet transformative that it could redefine how you see the world, whether you're across the globe or just a few blocks from home. But here's where it gets controversial. What if the best way to travel isn't by rushing from one must-see to another, but by slowing down until you start to feel the rhythm of a place? Let's dive in. What exactly is land snorkeling? Picture this. You're floating through a coral reef, your eyes wide with wonder at the colors, sounds, and textures around you. Now, imagine bringing that same sense of presence to a cityscape. That's land snorkeling. Instead of racing through neighborhoods in a taxi or on a rigid tour, it's about wandering without a plan, letting curiosity guide you. Think of it as trading your checklist for a pair of walking shoes and a willingness to get lost. Travel blogger Esther Suzag, who popularized the tome, describes it as a way to stumble into the hidden gems of a place. A tucked-away bakery where the owner shares stories, a park where locals gather, or a market stall with spices that make your mouth water. The magic isn't in the destination, but in the journey, and the unexpected moments that arise when you stop rushing. The big benefits and the small trade-offs. Why embrace this slower, more mindful approach? For starters, it reconnects you with the joy of discovery. As Suzak puts it, you start noticing things you'd never see on a guided tour. The way sunlight dances on cobblestones, the laughter of kids playing, the scent of street food wafting from a corner stall. It's not just sightseeing, it's experiencing. Intrepid Travel's Lee Barnes adds a deeper layer. When you slow down, you're not just supporting your own well-being, you're supporting local communities and the environment. By staying in homestays, joining small group tours, or simply buying coffee from a family-run shop, you're investing in the places you visit. And let's not forget the mental health angle. Land snorkeling combats the burnout of overpacked itineraries, helping you return home feeling refreshed. Not drained. But there's a catch. It's not the most efficient way to see a city, Suseg admits. If you're short on time, you might miss the iconic landmarks. However, she argues that the trade-off is worth it for those who prioritize connection over coverage. After all, how many times have you visited a famous monument only to feel underwhelmed? How to start land snorkeling, no goggles required. Ready to give it a try? Start small. When you arrive in a new city, ditch the car and walk. Turn off your phone or leave it in your pocket. Let your feet lead the way. As Barnes suggests, choose a few meaningful experiences, like a local cooking class or a walking tour with a passionate guide, and give yourself permission to wander between them. Susag's advice? Pick a neighborhood you've never explored. Leave your phone behind and start walking. Follow the smell of fresh bread, the sound of music, or the path of a curious cat. Don't be afraid to take wrong turns. It's all part of the adventure. And you don't need a full vacation to try it. Even 1 or 2 days of land snorkeling can turn your trip into a story worth telling. Some of my best memories come from the detours I never planned, Susag says. A chance conversation with a street vendor, a hidden mural, or a park where a local choir was rehearsing. It's those moments that stay with you. The bigger picture. Why this matters. Land snorkeling isn't just a travel trend. It's a mindset. In a world obsessed with speed and productivity, it's a reminder to pause, breathe, and truly be present. But here's the twist. Will this approach work for everyone? Some might argue that structured itineraries are necessary for safety, especially in unfamiliar places. Others might question whether getting lost is feasible for solo travelers or those with accessibility needs. What do you think? And let's not forget the elephant in the room. How can we balance spontaneity with practicality? Is it possible to land snorkel on a budget or in a short time frame? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Supporting the journey. For 20 years, HuffPost has been committed to uncovering the stories that matter. Like this one about land snorkeling. But we can't do it without you. If you believe in the power of thoughtful, immersive storytelling, and maybe a little slower travel, consider supporting our mission. Every contribution helps us keep the lights on and the stories flowing. So, the next time you plan a trip, ask yourself, will you race through the highlights, or will you slow down and let the world surprise you? The choice is yours, and it might just change how you travel forever.